Shopping for a compact gas range shouldn't feel like a compromise, but for many people, it is. If you've ever tried to roast, bake, or sear on a stove that feels cramped, uneven, or just plain underpowered, you know how frustrating it can be. And when space is tight, your choices shrink fast. Go too small and you lose features. Go too big and suddenly your kitchen doesn't work. That's why I'm taking a closer look at the Rangaire 24-inch gas range oven. It's a freestanding stainless steel model with 4 sealed burners, a 3 cubic foot oven, convection fan, and a few clever touches like a glass touch timer and telescopic racks. On paper, it promises the functionality of a full-size range, in a frame that fits even narrow kitchens. But here's what you really need to know. Some owners have praised its power and design, while others had issues with fan noise and heat escaping into the kitchen. So, is this a smart space saver, or just a sleek-looking compromise? I'll break down what it does well, where it struggles, and whether it's worth your money. Full specs and pricing are linked in the description and pinned comment. But first, hit that like button if you've ever been stuck with a stove that just couldn't keep up, and let me know in the comments what feature matters most to you in a range. The Rangaire is a freestanding gas range built in full stainless steel, and at just under 24 inches wide, it's clearly designed for smaller spaces, apartments, condos, galley kitchens. But despite the size, it doesn't feel flimsy. The cast iron grates are solid and heavy, and the front control knobs have a smooth resistance that feels more professional than entry-level. Visually, it leans modern but not flashy. The clean lines, stainless top, and flush design help it blend in, especially in tighter layouts where every inch counts. But more importantly, this layout is practical. 4 sealed CLEANSEAL burners sit on a recessed surface that catches spills, so you're not chasing sauce into hard-to-clean corners. Now, one thing worth noting, several users mention fan noise and heat escaping through the front vent during and after use. This is part of the convection cooling system, and it's meant to protect the electronics. But in smaller kitchens or warm climates, it can make things feel hotter than expected. Still, if your priority is a compact range that looks high-end and is easy to wipe down after dinner, this one checks the box. And the included storage drawer underneath adds just a bit more utility. Great for storing trays or pans you actually use. Functionality is where compact ranges usually fall short, but this one does a few things surprisingly well. The standout feature is the PowerFlame Dual-Ring Burner. At 18,000 BTUs, it's strong enough for stir-frying in a wok or getting a large pot of water boiling quickly. This burner is centered in the front, giving you easy access when you're juggling multiple pans. The remaining burners offer a nice range for simmering sauces or reheating leftovers without burning them. Inside the oven, you get just under 3 cubic feet of capacity. Not huge, but enough for a full casserole dish or even a medium turkey if you plan ahead. The AIRECOOK convection fan helps circulate heat evenly, which means fewer burnt edges and more consistent results, especially when baking or roasting. That said, as mentioned earlier, the fan cooling system does stay on for several minutes after cooking and exhausts warm air through the front, which can be uncomfortable in a small kitchen, especially during summer. Unfortunately, there's no manual override. It's built in as a safety feature. Another useful touch is the PERFECTCOOK glass touch timer. It's not just a timer, it can actually shut off the oven automatically once the time's up. For busy families or anyone who's walked away mid-recipe, that's a game changer. In daily use, this range handles multitasking well, but you do need to be mindful of ventilation if your space runs warm. Day-to-day usability is where this Rangaire range quietly earns points, but also raises a few flags depending on your kitchen setup. Let's start with what works. The easy-reach telescopic racks are one of those features you don't realize you need until you use them. Instead of awkwardly reaching into a hot oven, the racks glide out smoothly and lock in place, letting you check or remove dishes safely. Especially helpful if you have back issues or limited mobility. Cleaning is also pretty painless. The sealed CLEANSEAL burners prevent food from dripping into hard-to-reach spots, and the stainless steel surface wipes down easily. Though like most stainless finishes, it can show fingerprints and smudges if not cleaned regularly. The storage drawer at the bottom isn't massive, but it's deep enough to hold baking trays or pans you don't use daily, which is a bonus in tight kitchens with limited cabinet space. However, one thing to keep in mind, the oven cavity is shallow, so large pans or wide baking sheets might not fit without adjusting your expectations. And while the knobs feel solid, they are front-facing and exposed. If you've got kids in the house, you may want to consider using knob covers or safety locks. So, is the Rangaire the right gas range for your kitchen? If you're working with a smaller space but still want real cooking power, this model hits a lot of the right notes. Strong, responsive burners, convection baking, safety features like auto shutoff, and thoughtful touches like telescopic racks. It's not just an appliance, it's a compact, practical upgrade for kitchens that need to do more with less. But no product is perfect. The post-cook fan noise and front heat exhaust are important to consider, especially in warmer climates or non-ventilated spaces. And while the oven capacity is enough for most home cooks, it's not designed for oversized cookware or large-scale holiday meals. That said, for everyday cooking, from weeknight stir-fries to weekend baking, it's a strong performer. And if ease of cleaning, a modern look, and smart features matter to you, this range deserves a serious look. If you want to check current specs or see what other buyers are saying, the link is in the description and also pinned in the comments. And now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest frustration with your current stove? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped clear up your doubts, give it a like and consider subscribing for more honest kitchen reviews. New videos drop every week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.